School! School!
Hello everyone, welcome back to the spine-tingling chills that you can only expect from the horrors of XBLIG. We're playing something now that I guess could be considered to be psychological horror. It's something that may seem a little bit familiar because we did play the demo of this, I guess a few years ago now. But it's time to complete the journey and get to Schol on time. Now, if you saw that message at the beginning of the game, that warning about flashing and strobing lights, please take that warning seriously, because this game likes its flickering, it likes its flashing lights. So if that kind of effect has an adverse effect on you, please don't watch this video, because this game really likes to do that. So please take that warning seriously. I cannot emphasize enough that that warning should be taken seriously. But as for me, I need to get to Schol on time, so I need to start this adventure now.
Get to school on time. Get to school on time. Get school on time. Get to 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 school on time.
Alright, we're entering stage 1. We have to get to Schol on time so we can attend art class. Alright, I have to replicate that face in the upper left.
No problemo. No problemo. No problemo.
It's been a really long time since I've actually drawn much, but I know that's not an excuse. My art professors will not accept that.
No problemo.
So I just have to do the best I can.
Where are you?
Don't worry about getting all the detail down. Just try to do as... I'm so late to class. I assume that was the teacher who felt that I, Fuller, was disrespecting the teacher by being late to class. I meant no disrespect, but I had to put in some time in art class. And now I have to do stage 2. It's the opening weekend of Love Infinitely, and I have to get back to school because I went to the movies with my friend who is that? That's my friend. I guess we went together. So now we're heading back to school. My arsenal is to jump, and it's also to spit. And the fun part is that spitting really doesn't do much of anything. It does a little bit. But, like, that flying box and that ghost. Yeah, it's not doing much on him, is it? But that's fine. We're just going to avoid these obstacles and pick up coal on the way. Except if we touch anything, we die instantly and we have to restart. But, I mean, no one said getting to Schol on time was going to be easy, especially when we cut class to watch Love Infinitely. I hope it was worth it. I hope the movie was good. Because now, Fuller is in a bind. Hopefully no one will find out about our scholarly irresponsibility. Alright, here's like the only part where the spitting actually does anything. You see Colonel Sanders? I tried so many times to jump over him. It turns out you can kill him with your spit. That part is pretty much impossible if you don't realize that you can do that. They're turning the game mechanics on its head. I mean, the spit doesn't affect anyone, so you don't expect it to affect Colonel Sanders. And then you try over and over again, dying over and over again, until it finally works. You realize your mistake. Just because it didn't work on anyone else doesn't mean you shouldn't have not tried it ever. Hold on, I have to avoid the things, whatever these things are. I was not able to avoid the second thing. That's alright, Fuller is determined. Fuller is not going to let any of these things get him down. He just saw Love Infinitely, and I assume he thought it was good? I mean, I really can't tell what his opinion of it was. That happens a lot in this game. I mean, I'm sure that it's all part of it's part of the theme of the game, the sort of the feeling of pointlessness as you try over and over again in your daily life, trying to get by, trying to succeed, trying to do the things you want to do, while also fulfilling your daily obligations, like going to school, as well as being able to see Love Infinitely on its first day. You try to do all of these things at once, and sometimes it's just not possible. Sometimes there are just too many blue babies that are falling out of the sky on parachutes. But some days, you're able to avoid the blue babies. You're able to shoot Colonel Sanders and jump over the dying pigeons. Some days, everything goes just right for you. But what about today? And what about Fuller? Will everything go right for him today? It remains to be seen. Some days you just have to do a very precision jump between the blue notebook on the ground and the flying box of cereal, maybe? Is that what that is? Some days, no. Some days the flying box of cereal catches up with you. But what are you going to do? Are you going to give up? Give up on life? Give up on Love Infinitely? Just because the box of cereal caught up with you? No. You continue on. You continue your daily struggle, knowing that persistence will eventually pay off. Eventually, you will make it happen. You will have seen Love Infinitely and make it back to class before anyone noticed you were gone. And you will pick up coal along the way to refill your spit meter. I only assume Fuller likes to chew on coal. I never tried it myself, so I can't say one way or another how good that is. Alright, time for the precision jump. Just have to wait, because these two things, they don't have the same... They're on the same pattern, but they don't have the exact same timing. The box is going a little bit faster. So... if we wait, eventually it's going to be the case that we have enough space to jump over. Yep, there we go. There it is. Okay. Don't mess it up. No, I messed it up now. I was about to say don't mess it up now, and I did. Alright, but that just shows you that victory can be pulled from your grasp, your pajama-clad grasp. You thought that you had it all figured out, but no. You get cocky. And then you get killed by the dead pigeon. I don't know if that was that it killed me or the rat that was crawling towards me. One of those things did. I did not consider them because I was too focused on the notebook and the flying box of cereal. Like I said, psychological horror. The game pulls you in with its bright colors and loud music, not making you realize that you were actually pondering the difficulties and struggles of daily life. And through it all, our friend keeps us company. Our friend lets us know that it's all worth trying, to never give up. He will always be with us, no matter how many times we lose and we have to try again. He's not interfering because he knows that it's important to Fuller that he does it himself. It's not a victory if someone does it for us. Okay. Alright, so now I just have to make sure I don't get hit by the pigeon. I'm gonna make sure the rat... Okay, there goes the... Oh, no! I should not have jumped at that point. The cereal! The cereal! My focus was on the rat, not thinking about the cereal. But again, it's okay. It's alright. We're young. We have our youth. We have our whole life ahead of us. our whole life to try to get to school on time. The discordant music so accurately reflecting the chaos of the teenage life. Why did I do that? I never get hit by the vomiting ghost. I got hit by the vomiting ghost. Getting too cocky in these parts that I think that I have well in hand, and obviously I don't. All right, Colonel Sanders. I don't think I have to wait for him to come onto the screen. I think it just hits him regardless of if he's on the screen or not. But sometimes you just want to wait to see him vanish from existence, just to make sure that you did it. All right. We've done this a couple times now. Just have to make sure we do not get hit by the dead pigeon, the rat, or the flying cereal box. Okay, let's try it on the next pass. Okay, I'm gonna wait for the rat. He's going to go back. I'm gonna wait for the box. Okay. The pigeon. I pulled back just a little bit because I was afraid of the rat. And I slipped in the pool of blood around the pigeon. But that's okay. I mean, Get the Skull on Time really reminds you of the frustration that you felt as a teenager, as you were struggling to try to figure things out, figure out what your life was gonna be. It seemed like life made no sense, that you were hurtling in one direction, moving from left to right, while everything around you made no sense. And you didn't understand what was going on. You could only hope that you were going in the right direction, and that if you made it far enough that things would start to make sense. That's what the adults tell you anyway. Just keep going, put one foot in front of the other. You'll get it eventually. You can only put your faith in them and hope that things will eventually make sense. And count on your friends to just be with you along the way. Okay. That pigeon, larger hitbox than you might think he has. But I guess that's true of the pigeons in real life, too. Sometimes I think that the hitbox on those pigeons looks very small. I mean, surely I'm not going to step on that one pigeon that's in my way, because it's like to the side, right? And then, no, it just... I got hit by Dancing Ghost? Now I'm losing it. I'm losing my skills at getting the skull on time. I never get hit by Dancing Ghost, and it happened there. You fail enough times in the game of life, you start to get flustered. You start to lose your skills, lose your way. You start psyching yourself out, thinking that maybe you're not as good at this game as you thought you were. And then when it's time to go, time to perform, you find you can't perform. You were able to before, you were able to in practice, but now you're just embarrassing yourself in front of everyone. I tell you, don't worry, it happens to everyone. You know they're just telling you that to make you feel better. You appreciate the thought, but it doesn't really help. Alright, notebook and flying box of cereal. We've been at this for too many times. You've gotten in Fuller's way. But Fuller has his life to live. He can't stop and postpone his life for you and your set patterns. So it's time for a reckoning, and Fuller will prevail. Alright, pool of blood. Gonna jump over this thing. Rat, jump. What? No. Oh, Rat, you were tricky. Tried to fool Fuller, but Fuller's not falling for your tricks. We did it. We got back to school, and no one realized that we were truant. On 25th of December 1995, a special aired. I didn't see it. Maybe you did. Alright, we're in stage 3. We have to toss balloons of soup with button A into the creche. That's what we're doing. Alright, here's the soup. Take it. Take the soup, you babies! Is that what you are? I don't know. High school babies who need their soup, and Fuller's gonna give it to them. Non-stop. Oh no, I died. I failed? How do you even know if you fail this? I cannot tell how you quantify what is success and what is failure. But then it occurs to me that that is just like life. That is just like life. How do you know if you're doing well? How do you know if you should just keep on the path that you're taking? There we go. I mean, I guess this is how I know. The professor shows up and tells me about TV history. Fuller has gotten old. He's grown up. We face the dean, and he tells us that we've learned what responsibility means. It's time to finally graduate high school. Oh, but what's this? Our final test is to terminate the school's star pupil. You know, we're so used to struggling for ourselves, for our own purposes, for trying to graduate high school. We have to think about, are we willing to do that if it means killing someone who's better and smarter than us? Someone who will surely do good for the world, for humanity, much better than we ever could. But if I want to do what's best for me, well, Daddy Girl has to die. What's the solution here? Should I give up here for the sake of humanity, or will Fuller press on for the sake of Fuller? Well, I think you know what the answer is. Alright, where's Danny Girl? We got Danny Girl. Did you see Danny Girl? I did. Danny Girl saw me. And that was the last thing Danny Girl ever saw. It's the final stage. We have to kick the soda bottles around the pool and avoid the women's cocktails and party into the next millennium. Alright, gonna do it. Let's party. Let's do this thing. Not interested in your cocktails. I'm interested in a pool full of soda, which I am producing right now. We did it. One final TV factoid before we go, before we leave high school and head on out into the world.
That was a pretty wicked game, I must say.
Yes, I might show it to my mate Adam. He loves games like this.
What was your favourite bit?
Remember that bit with the werewolf? He was creepy.
Yes, that was definitely spooked. And what about that crazy snake what was in the fiendish feet pot?
Yeah, and the babies that were puking up everywhere. Gross.
I also feel that I learned some highly valuable data on Goodnight Sweetheart.
I never really watched that program, but Rodney was amazing in it.
In the game or in the show? Both, I bet.
That's right. Well, I'm definitely going to rent some Birds of a Feather VHS now.
Fancy going now?
Alright, mate. We can pick up some berries from the freshers on the way.
Excellent! Party time!
Well, of course. It all makes sense now. It's like Silent Hill 2, where you... and all that. You remember that? Everyone likes Silent Hill 2. Well, Get the Skull on Time is exactly like Silent Hill 2. It's exactly like it. I have too many games on my Xbox 360, and, man, it is not like having this many games on here. Look at that. It can't even load the tiles. And Get the Skull on Time, it's in the R's, so it's far up there. Oh, here we go. I mean, there's one thing that we probably should take a look at before we go. There was another option on that menu. We should probably take a look at that. So yeah, Get the Skull on Time. It's a story of lost love and self-discovery on the level of Silent Hill 2. And we should probably take a look at Chaos Defrost and see what that is.
Sheds its skin, its eyes begin to cloud over, as if to indicate it is entering a stage between life and death. School!
And now everything has been revealed. You were wondering, it's like there was one piece left of the story that just didn't make sense, and now it does. Now you understand the total tale of Get the Skull on Time. And we finally did it. We didn't just get the Skull on time, but we graduated Skull on time. And we did it with the blood of someone who was better than us. Someone who have been better for the sake of humanity. But we decided to take the selfish route. And Fuller would be the one to graduate. This has been Get the Skull on Time. Truly, one of the most terrifying horrors of XBLIG. I'll see you next time for more frights.